Hi, and welcome back to the Anti-Alienation Project. I'm Maddie, and here I talk about all things related to parental alienation. Last year, I realized that I had been alienated from my dad for 20 years, and since then, I've been working on healing, rebuilding my relationship with my dad, and speaking out about this form of abuse. If everything goes well with editing and such, you should be seeing this video on Thanksgiving. I was trying to think of what kind of video I wanted to make for Thanksgiving, but the point of view that I have to offer really is just someone with the lived experience of being an alienated child. So I wanted to talk about what holidays have always been like for me since I've been alienated. So this video is going to be about holidays as an alienated child. Now, I need to make it clear, like I do in all videos, that I'm not a professional and I am not talking about all alienated children. This is just my own experience. Let's get into it. When I was alienated from my dad, I dreaded the holidays. Especially Thanksgiving and Christmas, for me, were characterized by intense stress and anxiety, pressure, and the feeling of just being really uncomfortable. The emphasis of love and warmth and family during the holiday time made me feel really upset about my relationship with my dad, just wishing even more during that time that he would love me. Spoiler alert, he actually does. And the emphasis on familial love and bonding just, I guess, made me really uncomfortable. For example, I felt awkward if I didn't go to my dad's. I felt guilty and a little sad, uncomfortable. I felt awkward if I did go with my dad. I received pushback from my siblings either way, and if I did go with my dad, I inevitably would face a barrage of weird and intense questioning after the fact. So I just remember it was a feeling of dread. And before the alienation, I loved the holidays. I mean, heck, Christmas was my favorite time of the year, so I really do think this is related to being alienated. And now that I have my own kids, holidays are completely magical again. It's awesome. But while I was alienated, there was not much fun in the holiday season for me. I felt worse about myself during the holidays, and this might take people off guard. Like, why did you feel worse about yourself during a certain time of year? I remember, number one, feeling especially lonely and lonesome, comparing myself to my friends' situations at that time of year, or even comparing myself during Christmas time to my brothers during Christmas time who seemed to be having the time of their lives. Also, it was easier, I think, to judge myself for feeling so uncomfortable, not enjoying the family get-togethers, the traditions, everything that comes with the holiday season. I didn't know why I felt so uncomfortable and stressed out, so I blamed myself. And it's because I didn't know what I was going through. I didn't know I was alienated. I didn't know I was living in this fabricated version of reality. I remember just thinking, like, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me that I can't enjoy Christmas? What is wrong with me that I don't want to go participate in these traditions? For example, my mom and my brothers, they always had this tradition to go to a Christmas town nearby. It's a really funny town where they decorate everything. If you decorate all of your house and go all out with lights on your house and decorations, the town there will actually pay for your electricity bill all throughout the months of November and December. So every Christmas, my mom would take us to this Christmas town and we would go see the lights and drive through and ooh and ah, and it was a tradition. Every year after we went to Christmas town, we would then go to Krispy Kreme and we would watch them make all the donuts and we would eat donuts. In fact, my brothers always had a donut eating competition. I think one year someone ate like a whole dozen donuts in one sitting. Crazy. Well, my brothers always really loved this tradition and got really excited to go, and they were active participants the whole time. I remember that I never wanted to go. And once I was older, teenage years, I started to refuse to go. And if I did go, I wasn't really an active participant. Sometimes I would stay in the car if they would get out and walk around. It seemed from the outside that I was a Scrooge during Christmas time. I was the Grinch. I was not a happy camper. And I think it's because of all the cognitive dissonance, the abuse, the disconnect. My brothers weren't alienated. They never had this problem, and I did. And I think it's because of the emphasis on family time, and you're supposed to be so warm and cuddly and loving with your family, and I was just confused, sad, anxious, stressed. And that brings me to the third part of why holidays were hard for me as an alienated child. Holidays increased my stress levels a lot, and not for the reasons you may think. There was always immense pressure for everything to be perfect. To get her the perfect gift, there had to be something really thoughtful, there had to be something homemade, there had to be something that you spent a good amount of money on. I would just worry a lot because I felt like no gift I could give her would be good enough. On top of that, we had a significant portion of time dedicated to capturing the perfect pictures and videos, even staged videos. I remember of us like walking down the stairs singing Christmas songs and introducing ourselves. Weird stuff. The home had to be set up with the perfect decorations, an abundance of decorations. And when we opened gifts on Christmas morning, there was just this pressure to have the perfect reaction to the gift that my mom would give me. Like, it seemed as if anything less than displaying over the moon enthusiasm, she would be upset or sad or mad. And then I was also having pressure to go with my dad. Gift giving with my dad has been understandably complex and difficult. Looking back now as an adult, I can see clearly that during the holiday season, my mom would ramp up the alienating behaviors. For example, starting in, even November, she would say things like, oh, you know that your dad is getting your brothers all this expensive trip to go hunting in Tennessee or Texas or wherever, that he's paying for their flights and all this expensive gear. And, I don't think he's gotten you anything yet. Even before Christmas, she would plant in my head again and again the difference in treatment with me and my brothers. She would make all these comments before Christmas Day about the expensive gifts he had brought for my brothers. And she would even tell me that she had to beg him to buy me a gift. She would tell me that she had to beg my dad to buy me a gift at all. I know this isn't true now, but I believed all of this. And in hindsight, I realized that she, for whatever reason, needed me to reject him even harder on holidays. Actually, I know the reason. It's because she wanted to hurt him and have me all to herself, and she knew that during the holidays that would hurt him even more if I would reject him. Sick, twisted, demented. Sorry guys, I'm getting a little worked up. It's just that, all these Christmases, I was so freaking depressed. I was so confused, upset, blaming myself for feeling confused and upset. It was so confusing because to my dad, she would say stuff like, well, I can't make her go. It's not up to me. I've tried to talk to her. How insulting that is and confusing for me, because she was pretending like she had nothing to do with the alienation. And behind closed doors, it was, I just wish I had given you a better dad. I'm so sorry he doesn't love you. I don't know why he loves the boys and he just doesn't love you. It's just not much fun to be had as an alienated child during the holidays. There just wasn't. I'm not sharing my experience for anyone to feel bad. Please don't feel bad for me especially. Rather, I'm sharing because, number one, I want any people out there who have been through parental alienation as a child or any type of child abuse and have had difficulties around the holidays to realize that it's normal. It is so normal. And it doesn't have to be your experience of holidays moving forward. Also, I would like any targeted parents out there who may think that their child doesn't care, is having a great merry time without you, or is at peace during the holiday season without you. I want you to know that that void inside of your child that can only be filled by you is very likely to be more prominent and more apparent to them during the holiday season. They will feel that void. They will be aware of that void much more strongly during the holidays. Even if it's subconsciously, they're missing you. They're missing your love. Holidays are about love and celebration. So it makes a lot of sense that those who have been intimately affected by parental alienation will have difficulties during this time. if alienated children have had any experience similar to mine, holidays will be really hard, and they won't even realize why. They won't even know why. I just want to leave you with a bit of hope on this Thanksgiving. It's impossible to overlook the profound absence of a parent or a child any day, but especially on a day during a season meant for family, gratitude, and celebration. Know that although your parent or your child may not be there with you physically today, the love that you share transcends time and space. On this Thanksgiving, I would also just be remiss if I didn't express what I am thankful for. I want to express my gratitude for having learned the truth about parental alienation last year. This Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for many blessings. It's been an amazing 2 years for me. But especially my husband, my kids, and my dad. My dad's support, forgiveness, and love over the past year and a half has been like a wonderful dream, honestly, a miracle. Even still, I expect during the upcoming holiday season, I will have moments where I feel sad, where I grieve the time we've lost. In the same vein, I do expect that I will feel moments of sorrow and confusion regarding my relationship with my mom. I will notice her absence as I continue to wade through this grieving process. Every day I try to take back the power I have over my life. I try my best to focus on the light in my life, which is mostly my little family that my husband and I have created. And this Thanksgiving, this Christmas, I'm deciding to take back the holiday season. I'm going to reframe it in my mind. Instead of dreading this holiday season because of the focus on family and all the difficulties I've had with family, I'm going to decide to instead regard the holidays as a time to pay tribute to the spirit of love, gratitude, and resilience in me and in my dad and in my kids and my husband and my siblings. There's still a lot of love in my life. So happy Thanksgiving. I'm wishing you lots of moments of peace, comfort, and lots of love this Thanksgiving. And I just encourage everybody to try to pay tribute to your own love, your own gratitude, and your own resilience. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.